Hello, people. It's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. This show is for those of us who can't stand technology. We don't really care about or get algorithms, and we don't have any patience for SEO and all that stuff. Which brings me to today's topic, right? Which is all about technology. Let's just embrace the fact that you, in this day and age, need to embrace technology. We use technology every day, and you know that you do this. You use your smartphone every day, and technology in many ways is amazing. It makes life so efficient, so awesome. However, when it comes to marketing, I don't know what it is. Like people, thank you Apple for making the iPhone so intuitive and easy to work with most of the time. When it comes to marketers who develop technology and applications, apps, and software for us in the marketing space, for some reason, it doesn't always get translated into an easy user experience. It's very frustrating. It's not intuitive. It's every interface is different. So every time you sign up for a new CRM or a new landing page provider or whatever, every mouse click is different. Like everything is put in different places, and so we don't know how to navigate these things. And then sometimes it's not even the fault of the design, the UX, right, and the UI, the user interface and the user experience. Sometimes it's just that technology is buggy. Like I was recording some tutorials today for clients on how to use certain things, and the apps that I were using were being buggy, right? Like they weren't, I would touch a button and it wouldn't do what it was supposed to do. So sometimes it's just even the technology. You have to turn it off and turn it back on, right? Or you have to install updates. And so there's just this whole thing of the whole world of technology is such a pain in the ass. We need to, our tribe, who is not a super fan of technology and oftentimes don't understand it, we need to embrace it for the leverage that it provides. Now, the good news is we don't have to embrace all of it. We don't have to use all of it. There is a 20% of technology that will give us 80% of our results. I'm on a 20-80 kick lately. I've been using this a ton lately because it's relevant. So, for example, there are a lot of CRMs out there. We don't need all the CRMs, right? I talked to somebody today who is in the middle of launching their business and very excited, lots of energy and enthusiasm for the business, and they're working on their website. And I'm like, listen, you don't need to work on your website right now. I get that we think that we do, but we don't. Like that technology, a website is not a 20% item as it relates to 80% of your results. But we think that. We think, oh, well, a website makes me legit. Or a website, everybody needs a website. Because why? Because that's culturally the agreement that we think is true. It's not. You don't need a website in this day and age to make a sale or to build a tribe. So there's just a lot of stuff floating out there that is overwhelming. By the way, this does create a lot of the overwhelm that we in our tribe face. We're like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do for marketing. There's so many options, so many tools, so much technology. I don't know what to pick. And so what do? We don't do anything. So here's the tough love conversation, right? Like you're going to have to embrace technology. It all sucks. Some sucks less than others. Some programmers, designers have done a great job in making the user experience simple and easy for people like us, right? And then many of them just aren't and don't. So the job becomes, right, the action here becomes to pick the suckiest path possible. And so there's some criteria that goes into that. How do I judge whether this is the suckiest, the least sucky path? Did I say suckiest path? You need to pick the least sucky path. The least sucky path. So what is the criteria for the least sucky path of technology in marketing? Well, one, I think it should be easy to use. because if it's not easy to use, you and I won't use it. I know that about myself. So it should be fairly easy to use. It also needs to have efficiency. Like we need to be able to, what I teach in my 6-week program is create the content once and share it out to multiple platforms. I also teach in my 6-week program how to take that long form content and splinter it out into sound bites. How do we get more out of more mileage, more return on investment for the time and energy and message that we spent in let's say in a show? How do we repurpose that in multiple ways through sound bites? How do we create captions around that? Like all this stuff of it, like there are certain tools that are easy to use, and then there are many that aren't. Now, even the easy tools, you still have to take a deep breath to use them, right? Why? Because if you're like me, we're wired to interact with people, and so when we sit in front of a computer screen to do task-oriented stuff, it is a pain. We can do it. We can make ourselves do it. We have a history of being able to do it. But it is pain. We don't really want to do it again for a couple days, right? So it needs to be easy to use. It needs to have efficiencies that repurpose our content, that give us a bigger return. Like we set it up once, and then it goes to work for us multiple times, so that we don't have to keep going back and doing the same thing over and over again. And then it needs to put the technology that we choose to use on the least sucky path to expansion needs to have, what's the word I want to use? It needs to put us out there as big as possible. So some things you do don't put you out there very big. And then other things you do, same amount of energy, same amount of time, put you out there bigger, right? So we want to start to organize our time and our energy for things that give us a bigger return on our energy. What would that be? Return on energy. ROE. ROE. We should coin that now, right? What is your ROE on this technology? I like that. I'm going to use that. So all that to say, gang, and it was funny because today was week 5 in our 6-week program, and I did a lot of towards the end I did a lot of technical. How do we use some of these tools to share your truth in the world? And it was a lot, and it was fast, and it just always takes a little bit of time to wrap your head around a new technology. But so I'm partly saying this for my current cohort of people going through the program, and I'm also saying this for you. It's like we just need to take a deep breath. We need to acknowledge that technology can suck. We also need to acknowledge that technology is leverage, and we need to pick the least sucky path to our expansion. So I will leave you with that warm-hearted encouragement towards technology today. Your cash flow, your impact, your purpose can create. You can create a groundswell for all of that, but you really want to find technology that is going to help you do that. Otherwise, it's a harder road for impact. It's a longer road for impact if you can't harness technology to help you create that groundswell. So, if you'd like to piggyback on all of my failures so that you don't have to do them, you could go through my 6-week program, where I teach you the 20% of effort that gives you 80% of the results. And to do that, you would start with my free course called Marketing for the Rest of Us, the course, and it is 5 videos just over 90 minutes. And you can start that course today at groundswellmethod.com. At the end of that course, you actually have an application for how to sign up for the 6-week, or how to apply for the next 6-week program. It's a limited seats. There's only 25 seats available it's a 6-week program. And you can apply for the next program coming up. So if you'd like to do that, in order to shortcut some of these painful sucky technology paths, then I recommend starting there. Go to groundswellmethod.com and start today, and I will catch you tomorrow for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us.